So in this video today, I want to talk about the horror films that I'm really looking forward to in 2020 and 2021. So let's talk about it. Okay guys, so why wait? Let's just go right into the video. The first film in horror that I'm really looking forward to is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which is being helmed by director Michael Chaves, who's no stranger to the Conjuring universe. He made his directing debut on The Curse of La Llorona. That was the 6th installment in the Conjuring universe. We have Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, who will both be returning to the original roles as Lorraine Warren and Ed Warren. Producing this film will be original Conjuring director James $1 billion on Aquaman Wann. And we also got original Conjuring producer Peter Safran, who'll be returning to co-produce this movie with James Wann. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which itself is going to be the 8th installment in the Conjuring universe, and it's the 3rd Conjuring film, which was being called The Conjuring 3 by us before we found out the full title of the film in Comic-Con 2019. This film is now scheduled to be released in the United States on June 4th, 2021. I know it's a long way away. It was originally scheduled to be released on September 11, 2020, this year, but because of the COVID-19 global pandemic, the film industry has been affected just like everybody else. Now let's read the synopsis. Let's have a little fun with The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The Devil Made Me Do It reveals a chilling story of terror, murder, and unknown evil that shocked even experienced real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. One of the most sensational cases from their files. It starts with a fight for the soul of a young boy, and then takes them beyond anything they've ever seen before, to mark the first time in U.S. history that a murder suspect would claim demonic possession as a defense. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Okay, that was fun. Now, on the opposite spectrum of The Conjuring, we have a very different movie. Now, The Conjuring, I would say, is like big blockbuster Warner Brothers money. I couldn't find the budget for this movie, but the second Conjuring film had a budget of $40 million, and it made $320 million. That's a lot of bucks right there. So this third film obviously probably has a big budget as well. Now, this other movie that I'm really looking forward to was actually an independent movie. You heard right, it was an independent movie. It's Terrifier. Now, Terrifier only had a budget of $100,000, but I would say it went on to be a cult classic right now and introduced a character, probably one of the most original characters in horror that we've seen in the last 20 years, which is Art the Clown. Now the Terrifier movie, which was directed by Damien Leone, it has a sequel that's coming soon. And this sequel, we already have a trailer for it. The trailer looks awesome. If you enjoy Terrifier 1, you can tell that we're gonna really enjoy Terrifier 2. Now Terrifier 2 is again being directed by Damien Leone, who's returning on to helm this one. And we also have David Howard Thornton, who played Art the Clown in the original movie. He's back to play Art the Clown in this one. We also have Lauren Vera, who you can see in the trailer having a good time fighting off Art the Clown. And this just looks like a great horror film. Like, now, while The Conjuring is a big budget, a very, I would say, like very aesthetically like an all-engrossing film, this right here is just a real great slasher movie, and that's what I really loved about Terrifier. It was like a real punch to the gut type of movie. A lot of these horror movies nowadays, they're scared to go gory. The big budget movies that are taking over Hollywood, like The Us and The Get Out, they're big, psychological. They work on so many different facets, which is great. It's high art horror. But Terrifier is just some straight up, I'm gonna kill him and break him in half. Like it's another segment of horror, and it's enjoyed by everybody. I think we can all be horror fans. We could all enjoy the different facets. And Terrifier is one of those movies that's unapologetic, and that's what I love about it. This Art the Clown, you see Art the Clown is back in all his great clownery, right? The colors and the aesthetic. I love the bright colors in the background. I love the costumes in this one. It's not a lot, but let's just read the synopsis for this one. After being resurrected by a sinister entity, Art the Clown returns to the timid town of Miles County, where he targets a teenage girl and her younger brother on Halloween night. Terrifier 2. So Terrifier 2 looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It was supposed to come out the fall 2020 of this year, but I haven't found the new date for it. I'm sure COVID is affecting this movie just like any other movie. So it's probably not going to come out the fall of this year. Just look out for it. Check out the full trailers available now. There's no trailer for The Conjuring, unfortunately. I keep checking for that, but there's no trailer for The Conjuring, so keep checking for the Conjuring trailer, and check out Terrifier 2. The trailer's out right now. Now, speaking of high art, this next and third movie I'm going to talk about that I'm really looking forward to in the horror genre is Candyman 2020, right? The new Candyman film. It's called the spiritual sequel to the original Candyman film, which came out in the 90s. I believe it was 1992. And this one's directed by Nia DaCosta. Let me say it again. Nia DaCosta's Candyman, right? Because there was a lot of hoorah about Jordan Peele being involved in this film, which he wrote. He is involved in this film. He wrote the film, he produced the film, but this is Nia DaCosta. She's the one helming this. She's the director. I just saw that she's gonna be directing Captain Marvel too. So big ups to Nia DaCosta. And I was already really engulfed by the trailer for this. I thought the trailer looked really good. And I'm a big fan of the actor who played Manta. A lot of Aquaman in this horror video, right? Yahya Abdul Mateen II. He's playing the title character here, and you know what? He looks like he's definitely gonna do his thing in this movie. I just see it. This is high art, and if you're not convinced by watching the trailer, which is amazing, I love what they did with the whole Beyonce and the original theme song from the 1992 Candyman, which was really creepy. But if you watch the paper trailer, it's like a mini film. It's like a mini paper like puppeteering movie, and it really captures like the essence of the Candyman character. So the new trailer, the paper trailer, check it out. It just really captures what this film is gonna be, and you can just tell that she's definitely gonna take this Clive Barker inspired movie and take it to a next level. So Nia DaCosta, I'm definitely looking forward to her in the future in more horror. Hopefully, the movie's not out, but I already can tell it's gonna be great. There's so much. The way that the shots are composed in the trailer just tells you that there's so much thought. The way the colors are splashed in this movie and the symmetry that you find in some of these shots, it's just so cool. Like you just see the thought behind it. And like I said, high art. It's something that's definitely brought horror to the forefront. It's making major bucks. We saw with the whole Conjuring universe now. And I think that Candyman is going to be one of those movies that follows, again, this is Nia DaCosta, not Jordan Peele, but that follows the Us and the Get Out and all those, psychological, like thinking horror movies that have come out lately. Like Think Invisible Man, which people say is like, oh, it's a thinking movie. So, which is great. I'm not saying it's not great, but I'm just saying like horror. There's a lot of sub facets to horror. It's not just all demons and stab them. There's room for all horror. I enjoyed all horror. And Candyman, this new Candyman, something that I can't stand is when you have to like forget what happened to the movie before. Like, oh, you forget the second Candyman movie and the third Candyman. This takes place after the first one. I'm looking at you, Halloween Kills, all the Halloween movies, right? You have to forget. Every movie, like, forget this movie happened. This happened after this movie. So in this one, you have to forget that the Candyman had any sequels. It takes place after the first Candyman, the 1992 film, like I said. But anyway, guys, there's other movies also, like A Quiet Place 2. There's like all these comic book horror movies, like Morbius, Blade, which we don't have any information on, but I'm so excited on because I know they're gonna do their thing on that one. And there's also a New Mutants, which we've seen so much of it. At this point, I feel like I've seen the movie, but those movies are like they're in their own like comic book world genre. I'm gonna say it's horror though, so I'm also looking forward to those movies. So what are horror movies that you're looking forward to? Put it in the comments. Let me know what are the horror movies that you're looking forward to. Are you looking forward to my picks? What are your picks? Put it in the comments. Let me know. If you enjoy what I do on this channel, hit me with a like. Consider subscribing to the Tone Show. It makes us happy. As always, this is the Tone Show. Tone Show. Ow. Woo.